Hey, this is Kirrus, and I am here with,
David Malki.
and you are the editor and one of the contributing writers to Machine of Death.
That's right.
Now tell us about Machine of Death.
Yeah, Machine of Death is a collection of short stories written by 34 different authors and containing illustrations by comic book artists. And the premise of the book is, what if there was a machine that could tell you how you're going to die?
And how did this premise come up? Like, who came up with the initial concept or the idea?
It's a friend of mine named Ryan North, and he does a comic strip called Dinosaur Comics. And in this particular episode, T-Rex, the title character, comes up with the idea of the machine. And so we decided that it was such a good idea, and everyone who read the comic strip was like, that's actually kind of a cool idea, T-Rex. What if we wanted to make a whole book about this? And so we asked people to submit stories, and we got about 700 submissions.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we picked the best of them, the best 34, made it into the book, and then we had comic book artists illustrate them.
Yeah, I remember there was a lot of news about this. Wasn't there some interesting contributing authors?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of comic book people, webcomic people in particular, involved with it. Randall Monroe of XKCD wrote one of the stories. Yahtzee Crochet, who does the Zero Punctuation, he wrote one of the stories. And yeah, a lot of webcomics artists, everyone from Kate Beaton to Chris Hastings to Jeffrey Brown and Scott Campbell all have illustrations in the book too.
Oh, Kate Beaton, friend of the show. We hope we can say that, Kate. And also, there was another thing with Machine of Death, right, on the release day.
Yeah, so what we decided to do was, well, we had shopped this book around to publishers for years, and everyone was like, awesome book, we can't sell this to anybody. It's an anthology. Who are you people? Nobody knows who you are. And so we said, you know what, that's fine. We don't need you. We can do this ourselves. So we self-published this book, and we asked everybody to buy it on the same day, on its release day, October 26th. And we said, if we can get everyone to buy it on Amazon on the same day, we might be able to climb the charts. So we put out this call, and everyone got really excited, like, hey, we're going to do it, like the underdog is going to triumph. So we became the #1 best-selling book on Amazon.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. And once that happened, everyone who said, this book will never sell, all of a sudden said, hey, so, sorry about that. Let's have a conversation here. What's going on? How can we help you?
Here's your bicycle so you can backpedal further.
Exactly. And so from there, and it was just a limited self-published release. From there, we struck a deal. It's now in Barnes & Nobles across the country, US and Canada. We have all kinds of crazy reviews from people in the mainstream press. Everyone seems to be really happy with it, and we're really pleased too.
That's great. And there was the whole Glenn Beck deal, wasn't there?
Well, right. So we found out later that the day we picked to release the book was also the day that Glenn Beck's one of his books came out. And if we had known that, we would not have done that. We were stupid and didn't know anything about publishing, and we're like, I'll bet this day will be fine. Well, it turned out it was fine. We actually beat Glenn Beck's book and a new John Grisham book and Keith Richards' autobiography. We beat all these books on their release day. And the only one who was mad about it was Glenn Beck. And on his radio program the next day, he said that we are part of the liberal culture of death that's destroying America.
Now, are you destroying America?
Book by book.
Book by book. It beat out all those in-your-face conservatism, rock and roll,
Right.
And what was the other one?
John Grisham.
And the law.
The
We
law.
hate all of you.
We don't need any of that. We have the internet.
I distribute internet justice. That's my law.
There you go. Excellent. Internet justice. So if you'd like to put one more little P under Glenn Beck's mattress, then Machine of Death, available everywhere books are sold.
All right. Thanks. And is there a website for them too?
machineofdeath.net. And if you go to that site, you can see we're doing a free podcast that is all the stories in the book narrated by different people.
Oh, awesome. That was really cool.
And you can also check out our ebook versions. We have Kindle versions. We even have a free PDF you can download. Check it out, see if you like it.
Okay, so that's machineofdeath.net.
.net.
Okay.
.com was not available.
All right. And the one interesting thing is before this interview went up, they had the cards, the actual Machine of Death, and how we were going to die. And I pulled one, and then unfortunately, I will be stricken to death in a tunnel collapse. It's a sad way to go. Very claustrophobic.
You could be 90 years old when that happens, though, so best of luck.
And not the rate not my eating habits and the amount of bacon I eat. So.
It's going to be tonight, as far as we know.
Probably, but thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.